Everybody, welcome back to This Week at MBE. It's me and Big Sunday night, the usual. So let's just go through some of this stuff. So I think what everybody realizes, but we have a new Ultra Street program for the 20-degree small block Fords. So trick full, high port, 20 degrees. So that's something that's legal in Ultra Street, and then we put our magic into it. So I'm not going to show you anything, but we do a lot of welding and stuff like this. Basically, we treat it like what we do on a competition eliminator cylinder head, like just doing what we can to stay within the rules and trying to make a casting more than it actually is. So, but we've done a few sets of them, and we got a couple more sets to do. So we have that here. So that's somewhat a new product. We also have, this is a new product, so we'll be machining these next week. But this is our new 8-degree small block Ford. I know we've talked about it a few times. We'll be doing a video on this probably next weekend. But this thing flows 500 CFM. That is a real number on a 1020 bench. It has a ton of port energy, but this is for normally aspirated only. You can run a ton of RPM if you want, or you can run big cubic inch, whatever you desire. But the port is not huge at all. It's got a ton of port energy. This thing is a badass piece. I can honestly say I feel quite confident that nobody in the industry's got something for that NA in a Ford. Nobody, especially in a cast version. And luckily we get to work with John at CID. He makes such an awesome casting that we get to put something in it like this. And like we said, we make 3 different cylinder heads out of this one casting. And thank you, John at CID. We're very lucky to have a partner like him. These are just, this is op 1, so we put seat bores and guide bores, rough the chamber, and from here we'll press in the seats, we'll put the guides in, and then from there it'll go on for the final CNC doing all the ports and the rocker gear and stuff like that. So that's right there, so we just got to put seats in those. And then coming here we got, of course, big nines. The big nines definitely changed the Big Chief market that everyone thought really was kind of stagnant. The Big Nine, what it proved is if you come out with a good product, you can sell it. And that Big Nine is a great product, especially the billet manifolds and everything that we do for it. The nitrous-friendly version, the NA version, the truck pull version, whatever it might be. One thing, like I said, 4 different chambers for it, depending on what you're doing with it. 3 different intake ports, 2 different exhaust ports. We even do this for the Baja 1000 stuff. We private label to an engine builder who wins all the time. They're bad to the bone. And then just some stuff here. 18-degree maxes here. So they're just in here. All we have to do here, I believe they just got to blend the valve job. Yeah, as you can see, they just got to blend the valve job. So as you can see, not much blending because everything lines up perfect. You can see you're just be very, very little blending. And that's part of the reason why we can guarantee the flow numbers. And I believe there's a reason why nobody else guarantees the flow numbers. It's because they can't. And we do guarantee the flow numbers. So when you come here, it's not bullshit. So we got here, I believe it's a 23-degree manifold for a Dominator, but I don't know who makes it. It says, I have no idea. Ironhide 2205-5. But for a 23-degree manifold for a Dominator, that thing's pretty nice. You guys should probably look into buying those 23-degree guys. I think that thing probably work pretty damn good compared to what else is out there. Not sure who the people are, but nice piece. And then, of course, John at CID's cast manifold here, set up for EFI. And then let's go over here, Mr. Biggs. This is a project we're doing for Nostalgia Top Fuel or Nostalgia Funny Car, I'm not sure. But we get to work with Tommy Delago again. We got to work with him when we did the Schumacher deal and got to win a bunch of championships, over there doing all that years ago. And he asked us for his help on this, for our help with this. So we're looking forward to doing it because one thing, if Tommy's working on it, it's going to haul ass. So he'll definitely make us look good. So we're happy about that, excited about that.
You have to plug his jerky for him?
Oh, yeah. Oh, what's the jerky? I forget what it's called.
Just call Tommy.
Just call Tommy. He's got his own jerky.
It's good.
He's the meat guy. All right, then we got too many jokes, so we'll stop with that. It's Sunday, for God's sakes. So this is an update set of BB3s, I believe, here. So we updated all this stuff. So the customer sent them in. You can tell it doesn't have real copper beryllium. It does have the brass material. Like I said, we don't offer that material, but hey, this customer's got a set of BB3s. There's no reason to put a ton of money into it. So we updated the intake ports, exhaust ports, chambers, and you can see when the work's finished. Bob and Ian do really, really nice work. So, and the most important part, even though it's not only pretty, it's going to really make a big difference. So you got guys that don't want to buy rocker arms and change pistons and all this stuff. We understand. And there's certain times a year that we can do these updates. So, in the summertime, we will take on some of these projects. So we got those, and then we have a couple more in here too. We got a truck pull deal here. So we update a bunch of these Sunny cylinder heads. We do a bunch of these Sunny Hemis. But this is another set that's updated in here for final clean. So we'll be putting these together next week if the customer gets us his lift. He said he's going to, so I'm sure he will. So that's a complete update there on a set of these. The update is definitely worth it. There's a reason why we do a fair amount of these. It'll make a big difference for sure. This is another truck pulling deal. This guy went with our new cast A460 manifold. So the cool part about that is, we CNC the whole inside of it, so all the porting's done perfect. But this customer had a set of EX514, so it's that cast iron head right here. And all we had to do, the port opening was almost identical to our manifold. So all we had to do was do a little bit of match porting, hardly any. And now this guy's going to get a really nice upgrade in a manifold. And typically, we're seeing from a ported trick foe, you see as much as 100 horsepower on a 500-inch or a 485 cubic inch truck puller. So very popular. But yeah, so he's doing this, and this is a brand new set. So you can see this is for an old customer of ours, truck pull customer on the A460s. He wanted us to do some different things here, so we have all that done. And then we got a set of big nines. So set of big nines here with spacer plates. I think this is a 10-7 deck on this. This is our first time working with Mr. Dunk, so we're very excited to work with him. He's been nothing but a pleasure, actually. Really, what a nice man. Very easy to work with. Oh, it's wonderful. But yeah, as you can see, these are finished in here for final clean, and then these will go together. And there's this manifold. Like I said, we don't have to do billet manifolds. The billet manifold thing for the Big 9 is not for everybody. Like, I get it. It comes out, it's probably an extra $3,800 or something. And you got to do the valley tray. So I get it. So this customer just wanted us to port the cast manifolds. We don't just go in there and cartridge roll it. One thing when you come to us, when we port the manifold, we have to spend the time in the manifold, or the heads don't look like they're any good. So we have to spend the time here. So we're kind of stuck. We can't do a half-assed job on this and do a great job in this and then expect to have good results. So we're kind of stuck putting 35 hours into one. So basically a week to port one of these. By the time you lay it out, port it, and do it everything. So we're moving chips to make power. And like I said, in the billet one, everybody is an inch shorter than this one. The billet one doesn't even it doesn't even look like this when you look at it. That's why we did the billet 50 to 60 horsepower, because we just thought there was something there, and there was. So that's this week at MBE, everybody. I hope everyone had a great weekend, and thank you. Have a good night.